Well, this is an unexpected video, but unfortunately it must be made. So earlier today, President Biden announced his new infrastructure bill, his $3 trillion infrastructure bill. More money we don't have. So in this video, I tried posting comments about the national debt, where it was heading, and if you go to the nationaldebtclock.org, an actual website that keeps tally of what the national debt is, and all the information comes from the Federal Reserve itself, you will see that if you click the option of what it will be in 2025, it is $49 trillion in 2025. Currently, we are at $28 trillion. So in 4 years, the Biden administration is going to be almost doubling the national debt from what it already is. And every time I tried posting a comment mentioning the national debt, putting a link to the national debt clock, the address nationaldebtclock.org, it was removed within seconds. So this stuff with Steven Crowder going on, and we already know there's censorship, but it's to the point now where if you make a valid argument on YouTube regarding something that is currently happening, something that's going to affect our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, we're not allowed to post it. It will be removed immediately. And I have never seen anything like this before. So that's a new revelation. I can make jokes. I don't know, maybe it's been removed by now, but I made a joke about how there's a part of Biden's speech where he's saying, I talked to President Xi of China and blah, blah, blah. He goes on and on about that. And I had a fake quote in there about, I talked to the president of China and he told me to bankrupt the country. I said, hold my beer. And that's, honestly, that I would have to say that is 100% accurate because, the words may not have been said, but the actions are taking place. And yeah, things are getting really insane with tech. Things are getting crazier when it comes to our own government. I really, it's not. Part of Biden's new infrastructure plan is to make affordable and higher speed internet throughout the country. Again, taxpayer money is being used to improve internet, not internet companies. So keep in mind, this is your money that is going to fund and make the internet more accessible. But you have to pay private corporations to access something your money went to pay for. And that is my main argument when it comes to this bullshit of, well, they're a private corporation, they can do what they want. I'm sorry, but if you're not following the Constitution, if you're not following any of the amendments to the Constitution, the federal government should be stepping in and shutting these fuckers down. So this bullshit with Steven Crowder being taken down, that should be stepping in because it's a violation of the First Amendment, especially when it's a violation of free speech. He was doing independent journalism. So that's not just, that's two aspects of the First Amendment. And yeah, the The whole thing is complete bullshit. You should look up Tim Pool's rant about what happened to Steven Crowder because it's freaking insane. He would know better than anybody because he dealt with it himself when it came to having a video taken down, uh, in part because of Alex Jones. But yeah, he knows the ins and outs of what's going on with YouTube, and this is a complete violation of YouTube policy. They know it. Tim Pool knows it, and it appears that YouTube just does not give a shit. They think that now because Biden is in office, they can do whatever the hell they want. And in all honesty, with a bunch of these pussies running around saying, well, they're a private corporation, they can do what they want. That's fine. Wait until a private corporation comes to your house and says that you're going to do what they tell you to. Because that's where things are heading. Yeah, they're regulating free speech. That's not cool. We already have, in my own state, it's mandatory that if you own an automobile, you have to have auto insurance through a private corporation. So the state is literally funneling money to private corporations. And, Obama was doing the same thing when it came to the Affordable Health Care Act. So this is nothing new. This is something that's going to continue. And it's going to be the federal government or the state government stepping in and saying, you must hand over your money to these people or we will punish you. And at the same time, these same corporations, these organizations are telling you what you can and cannot say, that you must have a vaccine, you must have a passport, you must prove that you support, select select the appropriate letters now, in order to shop here, or in order to have car insurance, in order to get a loan from our bank, you must follow these guidelines. This is where things are going, and it's complete and utter bullshit. We do have a Declaration of Independence. We do have a Constitution, and it does state that we have the right to life, liberty. People like throwing around the word freedom, but liberty is what they use. That's a huge statement, and for anybody who's watched Good Will Hunting, Matt Damon was pretty much dead on with the police officer taking away his liberty. It was a valid argument. He tried. The judge wasn't having it. But anyways, man, that was a throwback. So this is what was happening to me tonight. 6 times I tried posting. Well, the national debt clock says we're heading towards 49 trillion by the year 2025. Deleted. Well, the national space debt space clock.org says deleted. it's pretty insane, and the only reason that I was posting it was some asshole was saying, hey, where are you getting this number from? I've already corrected 7 people on here for passing misinformation. And I responded with, I got my information from the nationaldebtclock.org. Check it out yourself. It's there. It's validated by the Federal Reserve. And YouTube was still deleting it. So, yeah, YouTube fact checkers, you can go fuck yourselves. Dipshit in the comment section, you can go fuck yourself too. And who knows? Maybe this video will be deleted because I'm like totally bypassing the comment section and the auditors or whatever, and just stating it in plain fucking English that Joseph Biden is within his first 100 days running the country into the ground. And basically, my kids, my two daughters, if you have kids, if you have grandkids, yeah, they're totally fucked. They're at this point, the whole country is just totally fucked. There's no way we're getting out of this, and they just keep printing money. They just keep. The one thing it says in the Constitution that only Congress can approve is the printing of more money. That is, it's not. And here's the thing: if Congress really had to approve it, if they were following the Constitution, we know how Congress operates. They don't. There would be no money printing. Nothing would be happening. They would be arguing. They'd be fighting. They'd take a break. They'd go on like Christmas vacation or something. They'd come back. They'd start arguing again, and nothing would ever happen. We wouldn't be dealing with inflation. We wouldn't have to go to some private organization like the Federal Reserve to try to regulate interest rates. None of this would be happening right now. So, yeah, we are at the mercy of private corporations. I am not allowed to mention the national debt clock on YouTube in a comment section where Joseph Biden is literally running the country into the ground. Awesome. That's where we're at. Yeah. George Orwell, well, you had your time, but I think you got it a little wrong because it's a lot worse than what you were trying to portray. So, all right. That's about it. I have to go to bed and go to work tomorrow so I can, pay my taxes that apparently don't fucking matter to anybody because there's no balancing book. They're just taking my money for absolutely nothing, and they have a printer. So that's cool. Let's just keep taking from our citizens when we can just print currency. We're gonna do it anyways, but fuck it. We'll just take their money because that's what we normally do. And if they don't pay, we just take their shit. That's awesome. Great fucking system we have. It's amazing. Keep on typing.